Welcome back to DarkDeathRiderTv. I'm your host, Dark Death Rider. Guys, today I have a quick couple of game pickups. I want to just get back and touch base with you guys. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you for all the old subscribers. Thanks for all your wonderful comments that you have given me. We got a couple of games that we picked up on Facebook Market and I believe eBay. I believe that's so. It's about 3 or 4 games that I picked up. I just wanted to show you, take a couple of minutes today and just show you guys. All right. Let's see. So we'll start with the Sega Genesis. I picked up a Sega Genesis game. I saw it's one of the, the oldies but goodies. It's, building up my collection, trying the hardest to, build up my Genesis collection and stuff. But yeah, so this is Alex the Kid and the Enchanted Castle. All right, Enchanted Castle, yeah. Alice Kid, Enchanted Castle. And I'll have some gameplay footage up here, So yeah. Label's, in pretty decent shape for a Sega Genesis title, It's one of those games that's not the best, but I remember playing this a ton. So yeah. It's fun to add to my collection. And it was really cheap. It was I think it was under a $10 game, so it's really good. Really good game. Next up, we have a Super Nintendo game that I picked up. This was on Facebook Market. Yeah, the last one was on eBay. This one was on Facebook Market. And it was like a bundle deal. So this game came with, so I acquired a couple of videos back. I don't know if you guys recall. Mouse for the Super Nintendo. So I acquired the actual mouse pad for the Super Nintendo mouse pad, the gray mouse pad. I have it back here somewhere, but yeah, I acquired it and it was part of this bundle. So it came with this game. I want to say it was $12. I think they were asking for it, plus shipping, which was a couple of dollars. So it wasn't that bad. But yeah, either way, pretty decent condition. Surprisingly, I didn't own it. It was a staple for the Super Nintendo and I didn't own it. And it was a decent copy, so I got that and the mouse pad. So the game is Super Mario All-Stars. Super Mario All-Stars. Really clean label. Really nice. Great condition. And yeah, I love playing the original Marios on the NES. What better way to play them than upgraded on a 16-bit console? So yeah, it was fun. And my brothers and I, even my little sister, we played the heck out of the Mario games. And this particular one has the Lost Levels, which is technically Super Mario Brothers 2 for the NES. So it's pretty cool. Very simple endings, very fun game. But yeah, I'm very glad to add it to my Super Nintendo collection. So it's great to be here and add it to my great amount of games. And I usually, just to show you guys, so I usually, when I acquire the games, So when I acquire games online, Facebook, or on my local retro store, I usually get these little sleeves that I put them in, dust sleeves to protect them. So I clean them up, open them up, clean them, put them in the sleeves. You know what I'm saying? So you put them in there, you protect them, and as long as they stay clean, they'll sit on the shelf. When I want to play them, they're ready to go. There's no more blowing into cartridges or anything like that. So they work every time you pop them in. Boom, no problem. So if you guys are collecting for your retro collection, I really, really highly recommend that you guys consider getting some sleeves. Whether it's these kinds for like the NES. Like I said, I have actual Nintendo ones, but those work pretty good. But the actual, they have these plastic sleeves that you can get online, and they work amazing. But yeah, next up, and it's not a paid sponsorship for them. I just think I picked them up for all my games. They sit out here, they get dust and stuff, and with those sleeves, they get protected. So yeah. So next up, we have a Nintendo game to round up. It's a Konami game. I have the first one, and this particular one was on Facebook Market. I want to say the guy or the lady was asking for, I think it was $17 for this, and when I went through price charting and stuff, and I talked to them, I was like, hey, listen, it's going on price charting. Sorry about it. It's going on price charting. I want to say it was $12 or $10. That's what price charting was doing. And, they were willing to be like, you know what? Hey, as long as you pay for the shipping, we'll put it down to the $10 or whatever. So really, really nice people. It was really cool. So always glad to add to the collection. Not the best label, but glad to add it. And it's a hard game as well. So yeah, it's Konami's Tiny Toon Adventures, the second one. So it's Wacko, what is it called? Wacky Land? Trouble in Wacky Land. Tiny Toons Trouble in Wacky Land. Like I said, the label's not the best, but it has a couple of smudges. But it's great because the original is a Tiny Toon Adventures, very, very fun game. Yeah, this was later in the NES cycle, so it has this like rushed, art style in the game. But if you guys ever played this, it's in the first one, in the Tiny Toon Adventures, you get to pick between different characters that you can play with. Here, when you choose different characters, they have different styles of playing. So like if you pick like Sylvester the cat or whatever his name is, he'll be on this water raft that you got to go up and down. And I'll have the gameplay and you'll see I did horrible. They have like Plucky Duck or whatever. He's playing which is like my favorite one. He's playing like a pinball game, which is really cool. Yeah, Tiny Toons Adventures 2, Trouble in Wacky Land. So yeah, that's the third pickup. And lastly, this was, like I said, I'm not going for like complete in-box games or anything like that. I get them, loose, the best way I can, because I put those sleeves in them and I put them up on my shelves. I keep pointing back over here. I have it on my shelf here, and I have some games up here as well. But yeah, so when you see these particular ones, sometimes you get deals, even though they're not complete. It just comes with the case, and I just want to have the game just to add to my collection. So this particular one I saw on, once again, I think this was on Facebook Market, I believe, or maybe on eBay. I'm not 100%, but it was one of those two. And it was a good deal, and I thought it had the manual. I thought it was complete, so I said, for that price, might as well pick it up if it's complete. So yeah. Anyways, it was for Sega Genesis. It's DJ Boy. So when I saw the cartridge, or I should say the box, when I saw it, I thought, oh, it might be complete in box. I really don't go for value with these games, but like I said, I just picked it up. I can't remember off the top of my head how much I paid for it. It wasn't much, but I looked at it and I would just need to get a manual for it. The game itself is in really, really good condition. Let me see if I can. It's in really good condition. It's an arcade style, kind of like a beat 'em up for the Sega Genesis. I know the casing in the back really doesn't show a display of what the game is and all that stuff, but yeah, it's kind of like a beat 'em up. This little kid on rollerblades and roller skates, I'm sorry, and he's going through the streets and you punch and kick people. But I'll have the same gameplay footage. It's really, really cool. And I picked it up. It was cheap, and it adds to my collection. I have a couple of games here that do have the cases and the manual. Like I said, in my personal collection that I didn't get to show before, I have like Sega's Aladdin, Sega Genesis Aladdin. I have Samurai Showdown 2. I have Sonic Spinball. There's a couple, and Golden Axe for the for the Genesis as well. I have complete. So yeah, it's nice to get them. If it's complete, great, I'll take it. But in reality, I get what I can for the best price that I can. You guys know that we do retro game treasures, and it's a monthly fee for those kind of things. So what I tend to do is I'll get my retro game treasures that I usually get, or my VGMs, and I'll take a couple of weeks, because they come once a month. So I take every couple of weeks, and I'll put some money together, $40, $50. you know, every couple of weeks, and I'll just go on Facebook Market, or I'll go on eBay, or I'll go down to my local store. Shout out Orbit DVD, awesome place. I'll go there, see what they have, and I'll pick up some stuff. To me, it's always nice to just get a collection at start. You know, pick up a game. You see a game in a store or something, and you're like, you know what? I don't have it, and I could probably more than likely get it in one of these boxes. But it's, you know, the thrill of finding the game, the thrill of, you know, the nostalgia of remembering when I was younger and I played this kind of stuff with my brothers or whatever played it. That's actually what keeps me going into this. You know, I know it's an expensive hobby sometimes because there's games out there that are ridiculously overpriced, and I'll get them eventually, you know, God willing. But my whole outlook on this is for nostalgia, is to show my children things that I played when I was growing up, and you know, to just reminisce and just have a good time. You know, in this day and age with games may look beautiful and stuff, but you know, everything is turning digital. So that's why I say, guys, support your physical media. You know, support the local companies. So support what you can. Try to get physical copies if you can, even though digital, you know, it's eventually going to be all digital. But this is the kind of stuff that I grew up with, and it's a shame to see it not, you know, stored or protected or taken care of. So for those of you in the retro gaming community, keep up all the great things you're doing. Guys, go ahead, go to other channels for unboxings, retro game pickups, things like that. Show them love, let them know Dark sent you. Thank you guys so very much for listening to me rant on this, you know, Sunday. But I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you for all the great love and support. Thank you for the great comments. And we're on our way to 100 subs. I believe we're at 92 or 93 subscribers. So thank you so very much for that, guys. Yeah, so that was the pickups that we had. Again, DJ Boy, Alex the Kid. We had Super Mario All-Stars, and we had Tiny Toon Adventures. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for taking your time out today. I love each and every one of you. I'll catch you guys on the next one.